Hey guys, quick little build I'm doing here. This is going to be mostly just like cheap scrap metal build, so it's going to be pretty custom for you to build on. I ain't going to be a dick if you try to like make a video about it or anything. This is like an old kettle cart. Ooh, this one's really old. Made in Germany. But there's a kettle cart. We're making it electric, since you can tell from the title. First, I got this socket. It is a a 9/16 sprocket. This is off of a gear off of a 49cc engine for bike chain. It's a this was like it was like it was this size, but it got too big and it got too smaller. I drilled this out to a size bigger than 1/2 inch. I don't know what that size is. I stuck it on, I centered it so it's not wobbly, and welded it inside and out. And then, I should be telling you what's driving this. It's gonna be the starter motor. I don't know what it's out of. There's just the info. You can pause it if you wanted to. I found a gear that actually fits this. Don't ask me what's off of, because I don't know. I got a couple things I bought. Is this bushing. It goes over this. Gonna be putting this inch piece of conduit over the bushing, and this is what's gonna be supporting it. This, after I have all that on and everything, then it gets welded on. And like that, I'm putting a bolt in the middle, so it adds a little bit more support. And what I did so far is, there's no plastics on it. I don't know if these come with them. I took off, let's see, the gear right here, the pedals, and the chain that's been off for a while. And there's a front support here. I took that off. Dang, seems it's not like to focus. Took it off there. And I don't really know what else was on it, but try to get down to this. I'm going to be replacing these wheels too with some I have eventually, because that one's a square. And that Penn State tractor, I'm scrapping that. So I took the battery thing that it had on it. You can just stick a lawnmower battery box on the front. So what I'm using is the battery off of the Penn State mower, and I'm going to use the seat. So it's going to be a little better. And there's some scrap metal I have laying around. Saying I'm trying to make this as a cheap little boring, because I'm bored build. It's going to be powering that. I'm going to show you how the starter gets hooked up and all that in a little bit, so don't worry. So, I think I got the basics of what I have. Most of the shit I'm going to be using is this scrap metal and this inch 10-foot piece of conduit that I just had laying around. So, yeah, let's get to the build. Okay, so far what I did is I took a piece of pipe and I kind of made it. I kind of made, like, I chipped the edges so the bushing would stay in better. Then I greased the shaft. And then I welded this gear on. And I have the bolt in the middle. Crappy weld, because I forgot this oil and it kept catching on fire and everything. And this was a cover from a 15.5 horsepower OHV tractor. I cut it out where this little lip was, the right angle. I'm going to be putting some like gussets in and stuff, but then I cut it to size. I cut a hole in it so this can fit in. Then I drilled the 2 holes for the bolts and bolted on. Use this because it's kind of thick metal. Not really, but... And the tape was where I cut a straighter line better. So next we're going to figure out some mountain shit. And yeah. Hey guys. I don't know where it left off. Well, I think I showed you how I did that. And yeah. And I made this. So what I did to this is this angle wasn't big enough. So I think I added like 2 more an inch to it. This little piece of flat stock I had. I sat on and I welded it. It's too late, I'm freaking using some crappy welds, but I welded these washers on because they're worn out, so the axle doesn't like wobble back and forth. And I finished welding that, but this, I lined it up a little better, so I took the spring out that was right here, and I moved it, lined it up, and I welded it. I don't know if I showed you I mounted this, but I lined it all up straight and everything and welded it. And I ain't gonna be using that, it's just too big and weird. So I took 2 pieces of angle, I welded them up here, the space for the battery to fit in. Welded a half length of chain on each side, so I can put like a rope around or a bungee cord, hold it in place. I'm not worried about going sideways. Right now, line up the mount for this. I have it perfect right now, so I'm not going to show you it, but basically it was just trial and error. I didn't like do all this mathematical shit and all that. I just lined it up. It's a little crooked, but it works. Lined it up perfect. Tried it out. Clamped it. I still have to tack weld it, so if this falls, I'm going to be pretty pissed. And probably gonna start this video off tomorrow after school because I'm tired, and we'll mount the seat on and all that and do the wiring. So see you guys in a little bit. Had one of them times that you thought you're building something really awesome, something backfires on you. And of course, I mounted the motor to the wrong side, so it spun backwards. So what I ended up doing, to not hurt these gears too much, I grinded the piece of conduit and I used bent it out so I could pry this out, because that's just not coming off. The mount, I just ripped that off. It's thin metal. Hoping to rebuild it with thicker shit I have. So I'll cut the rest off of this. Plan is to take another piece of conduit, put a slice down and wrap it around it, and then just pop it back on this side. Well, that way, you know what I mean, right? Ooh, fits pretty nice, but yeah, that, and I'm probably gonna put a seam across the top, build another mount. Told you that. Put it on this side instead. This was gonna be one of my supports instead of gusset, but now I'm just gonna cut that link off. The front battery mount piece broke off because I was using that as my ground. That didn't really hold very well. So yeah, I'm gonna upload this video as first attempt fail, and then I'm gonna upload a second one of this being built right the correct way. Yeah, so hopefully stay tuned for the next video that's going to be up probably in a week or so, because of school and all that's going to be a pain in the ass. So yeah, comment, rate, subscribe. See you guys later.
Baby, you a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise.